Very good news update on Yemen. The House resolution to withdraw US support for that conflict has finally passed. I feel like we have been talking about it with Ro Khanna for the last 6 months or so. And he got very close just a couple of months ago, back when the Republicans controlled the House. But as of yesterday, it has passed, this rebuke of Donald Trump and his approach to Yemen vis-a-vis Saudi Arabia. Now, there is very good reason to believe that the Senate will pass this same resolution in the very near future. Back in December, they passed a parallel resolution to the House version, and it received a vote of 56 to 41. So it appears that this will end up on the president's desk. But it is an open question as to whether Donald Trump will issue his first veto of his presidency over continuing support for the war on Yemen.
Like, if you look at the history of this vote, from my research, it wasn't even like they were able to vote in the House, just in the previous House before the Democratic takeover, because the leadership blocked it. Now, it bears saying the Senate is the hard one to get. They had gotten the Senate. 56 senators voted in a Congress that was more divided than that along party lines. So that is technically a bipartisan resolution to get us out of Yemen. And the House of Representatives is the House of the people. It is the people's house, and it should reflect the people. It's based on population, and that's how it breaks down. For the leadership to step in and have said, we're not even gonna vote on it. That should make you so mad at the utter breakdown of what should be. The design of that legislative body is such that it should ensure that weird rules like the filibuster do not affect what happens there. And in this situation, that is exactly what happened. That is, and I mean, people don't support the war in Yemen. The biggest camouflage everyone has in that wants the war to continue is that people just don't know or understand it or can follow it.
Yeah.
But it is. There are lots of proxy wars out there based on like our relationship with other countries, how that's going, is it good, is it bad? But Yemen is one where it is very explicitly like, do we like the Iranians or do we like the Saudis? And the Saudis have done things that should make us not like them. But we have done things that should make a lot of people not like us. But in this situation, for the president's influence, and it seems like his buddy-buddy relationship with Mohammed bin Salman, it seems very personal.
Yeah, it does.
Despite all the Khashoggi stuff.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right. I do think that that's the calculus that people make. I wish that more of the calculus was not on Saudi Arabia or on Iran, but on Yemen, because they are the people that are actually suffering. And I agree, it's extremely frustrating that these sorts of conflicts can continue to receive US support, not based on people supporting the war, even supporting the war for terrible reasons or because they've been deceived, but because they don't know and don't care. And that is frustrating. And that is why we, over the past year plus, have talked about it and talked about it and talked about it, despite the fact that even though we're doing our best attempt to educate people on the topic, those videos never have and never will get any views whatsoever.
That's very true.
But that's all we can do at this point.
So thank you to the few thousands of people that clicked.
Thank you to the 2,000 people that watch this video, and thank you to Ro Khanna and the many others in the House. And I'm not gonna go through the whole list. I know Chris Murphy's been great on this, who have done that. In the media, thank you to Chris Hayes, who has talked a lot about Yemen, and that's basically it. Every once in a while it gets talked about somewhere else, but that's basically it. Now, I want to mention one other thing. In terms of that human cost, the war in Yemen has killed an estimated 50,000 people, according to one independent estimate, and has left more than 20 million Yemenis in need of humanitarian assistance. We're talking about possible starvation for a huge number of people, cholera outbreaks, other diseases. The resources to stop this are available, hypothetically, but have been stopped from being distributed because of Saudi Arabia. The individual that you're seeing there is a 12-year-old, Fatima Koba. She is a 12-year-old, and she was weighed and weighs 10 kilograms. We don't use the metric system here, but I can assure you that that is not a weight that any individual at 12 years or even far younger should weigh.
It's 22 pounds.
22 pounds for a 12-year-old girl. That is what has been wrought by this war. That is what we are still as a country supporting. Maybe we've pulled it back a little bit from the aerial refueling or whatever, but they still want to engage in this war without ever looking at someone like Fatima, thinking about someone like Fatima, let alone the many, many others who've been put in this situation because of this completely needless and horribly barbaric war. So again, thank you to all those who've been pushing for this. I hope to see it resolved in the Senate very soon too. And you know what? If he wants to veto it, make him veto it and put pressure on him to hopefully stop that from happening. Thank you very much for watching this clip from The Damage Report. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell on YouTube to get notifications of our new videos. And of course, you can catch the full Damage Report live every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on TYT Network on YouTube TV.